Welcome, loves, to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. We're going to be doing a review slash experiment slash comparison. I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. It's going to be with Estee Lauder loose powder. This one is Double Wear Sheer Flattery loose powder, and the formula is pretty much similar to Hourglass, I think. And then for my right side, I'm going to be experimenting with e.l.f. contour palette and this highlighter shade. If you want to know the results, please keep on watching and let's get started. Making tutorials and many other vloggers, YouTubers, and TikTokers that were talking about Hourglass powders, and those powders are not even highlighters. They're a little bit less bright and less pop-in, but they're not regular powders as well. So they're not matte, they're sort of loose powders, but like sheer loose powders. And a lot of these people, they use this type of powders to create this filter effect. If you've applied a little bit too much, like extra product over your face, and it looks super matte, but you don't want to look matte, you want to look dewy. And if you apply highlighters on top, it looks crazy. I mean, like a lot of highlighters, they might show some imperfections and like you are super oily. That is the main reason why a lot of companies, they came up with formulas like this. It's Double Wear Sheer Flattery Loose Powder. This is Translucent Soft Glow. That is the main reason why we're going to be reviewing the product. It's brand new. I've never tried this before. And a little bit different. This is quite bougie and luxury product, by the way. And I have one from a little bit different brand. This one is e.l.f. Contour Palette. And this palette has some highlighter. But, well, I never used this highlighter because it was extremely soft. For a highlighter, you don't really get any glow. You can't spot it. You can't see any glow. You can't see any shimmer or highlighter. Let me just give you a comparison. This one is more Makeup Academy. Yeah, this is a highlighter. That is the main reason why I tried this product before, and it looked a little bit crazy. So I want to compare both of the sides and see maybe we can go with some products as sheer products to bring the skin back and make it more alive. And I'm gonna place this highlighters all over my face. I mean, it's risky, I know it, but we'll see. You can tell that it looks like I have a little bit of highlighter, but no, it's just the reflection of my light. First is gonna be e.l.f. I'm gonna grab a little bit on my brush, tap it off. I don't really wanna bring too much color. And with a light hand, I'm gonna place it everywhere. By the way, right now I'm doing 90s makeup look for Britney Spears, and that's a quick stop. That is the main reason I think it might look really pretty for 90s. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of the same highlighter, tap it off, and just place everywhere. Great. So if you have some highlighters that are not pigmented at all, you might do this trick. Okay, it does look nice and sheer, but let's compare the product with Estee Lauder. I'm gonna wipe off any leftovers from my brush with my slightly wet tissue. Remove my protection. Remove the protection, and that's what I get. And I actually splattered this all over my table. I don't really have a lot of the product on my brush. I'm gonna use a tiniest bit more. I would add a little bit more, but it's so pretty. The difference, you can slightly see the difference. This one is more blurred. It's given the blur effect, but at the same time, a tiny shimmer. That's why Estee Lauder, on top of other products, powder products, is blurring some imperfections and blurring some extreme amount of powders that you might have on. But at the same time, I love that it's given the slightest sheer and the slightest highlighter effect on top. So it's looking really, really pretty and alive. For this side, I mean, yeah, if you place it on top of your face, it might look a little bit crazy because I added pretty much a lot of this highlighter powder. You can't spot a huge difference. This one is a little bit more blurred, but if you don't really have money to purchase Estee Lauder, which I totally get, I have like a small tester and that is not a real like full product, then maybe you can work with a highlighter from e.l.f. or any other brand that is not super pigmented. I'm going to set everything in place with a fix and spray. This one is from Essence. And use my beauty blender on top. I wonder if you can use this powder on top of a set face, or it's better to use before you set your face. But I think it's better to use before you set your face because it might be a little bit extra if you go on top of a set face. You just like, it might be a little bit powdery feeling. They're pretty much similar. Both of the sides, they're pretty similar. If you have a problem with matte formulas, but you don't really want to look like a glazed donut everywhere, this type of product is really good. I will try to film myself at a daylight with a little bit different camera and show you how it looks without artificial light. Well, guys, I want to give you my final thoughts on what I really think about this Estee Lauder powder and my highlighter from e.l.f. Cosmetics. So I'm looking at myself in a mirror. This side is a little bit more blurred, but it definitely has a little bit of sheer from a highlighter powder or sheer powder. This side has a little bit more highlighter to it, but still it is really subtle. I guess both of these options are pretty honestly, and you can use both, but this one is not that blurred. So this one is blurry, but has a little bit of highlight to it. Give it a try. You can use Estee Lauder. You can go with maybe some really bad highlighter that is not pigmented enough to make your skin look a little bit more alive. For both sides at a daylight, they're looking similar. I can't spot a huge difference. Maybe this side doesn't look oily at all. It's just like alive and maybe filler. It's really hard to say on camera, but I love both of the sides. I don't really think you need to purchase an expensive option from Estee Lauder. If you want to, it's just going to be a little bit more blurred. But if you have an option from e.l.f. or any other really affordable brands, not a highlighter like a brightening highlighter, but like super soft highlighter, you can use it on top of your makeup and create this illusion of like more alive skin, especially if you use a lot of matte products. And it's not going to be Bimin highlighter, it's going to be like really soft formula, and you're good to go. If you need my recommendation, it can be pretty much done well with the e.l.f. Contour Palette if they have some highlighter in it. So yeah, I'm going to see you in my next video, hopefully. Both of the products are great. Both of these routines I'm going to be implementing, and see you next time.